Wow. What the hell happened in the NFL yesterday? Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. I can't believe Jerry Jones actually did it. Long live Jerry Jones. It helps the Eagles. It hurts the Eagles. We're going to talk about that. All other Eagles things. The Phillies' monstrous win, saving the season. Trending in the AM. We're live, taking all your thoughts and opinions in 30 seconds. And a very good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trending in the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. We are live, YouTube and Twitter. You know the drill. Wherever you're watching, hit that like button, please. Wherever you're watching, share it out. And, of course, subscribe to the STT Sports Network YouTube page. Sitting today, starting the day at 604. So I'd greatly appreciate if you hit those buttons and vote on our YouTube poll question. So if you're watching on Twitter, head over to YouTube to vote. Are the Packers a threat to the Eagles in the NFC now with Micah Parsons? Because, yes, breaking NFL news yesterday afternoon, the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys agreed on a trade of Micah Parsons. We're going to get into all the details. But, guys, first, make sure you hit that like and share button, subscribe, and vote on that poll question. Tell everyone, tell one, get on the phone, dial 911, do whatever. Tell everyone to turn the dial down, turn Trending in the AM up. On YouTube, it's easy. It's plug and play. Even if you're in your car. So simple, guys. Tell one, tell all. This is going to be an interesting conversation today as we dive into this NFL news, so to speak. What's up, K1? God, I love Jerry Jones. I know. Long live Jerry Jones, for sure. Good morning, Little G. Lots of Cowboys butt-kicking going to happen this year. Thanks to that trade. So let's go over the details of the trade. The Cowboys are sending Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers, in turn, sent back their 2026 and 2027 first-round pick and three-time Pro Bowler Kenny Clark, 29-year-old defensive tackle, solid player in return for sure. And the Green Bay Packers reward Micah Parsons with a 4-year, $188 million deal. That's $47 per year, the highest single average non-quarterback, and 136 of that 188 is fully guaranteed. Wow. Big news. Sends shockwaves through the NFC. Arguably one of the three greatest defensive players in football right now goes from Dallas, our division rival, to the Green Bay Packers. How does this affect both teams? Green Bay obviously gets infinitely better on defense. Doesn't help Jordan Love, be a clutch quarterback or anything, but that's a different topic. What's it do for Dallas? Dallas wasn't going to win anything anyway this year. Kind of knocks him down a peg, but gives them draft capital because I think in their mind they're ready to move on from Dak, and now they've got a couple draft picks to help move up to get the best quarterback in the draft this upcoming year. So I think they're the 2 or 3 different levels of what could be going on. Let's get to the real big news. How does Schwarber get next year? It's going to be a lot of money. Kyle Schwarber had a hell of a game, and I really want him to hit that 5th home run in that final at bat. Herschel Walker, all is forgiven. I mean, it's insanity to me that it only took 2 first-round picks. I know the Packers had to cough up $188 million, but Khalil Mack went for like 75 first-round picks. Herschel Walker went for a ransom. You've got arguably one of the 3, 4 best defensive players in football, and all you had to do was trade 2 first-round picks and a defensive tackle that's almost 30. Micah is greater than Reggie. It is like Reggie all over again. Green Bay has a knack for trading for NFC East powerhouse defensive players. It's weird. Dak Prescott MVP. I don't. He's going to have to play at an MVP level just to get them to 7 or 8 wins. Like, Look, I know Jerry Jones screwed up. Let's take our Cowboys blinders off for a second. I know Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons had a fractured relationship. I know that Jerry Jones screwed up here, right? And again, yes, long live Jerry Jones. But you're telling me that you were willing to trade him and you could not fetch more than 2 picks. To me, that's just, I don't want him here. Get rid of him. Best offer wins by this deadline. Like, if it was me, sure, I'll trade him, but you're going to have to give me a ransom for him. Or he could sit out and lose $20 million, and then I'll franchise tag him next year and let him lose all that money. I really can't believe Jerry Jones caved so easily. Those won't even be great first-rounders. No, they won't. They'll be mid-20 first-rounders because the Packers are going to be a very good team for sure. The Packers, they gave up their defensive tackle, 29-year-old, 3-time Pro Bowler, Kenny Clark. I looked. His contract is basically there's an option after this year that they can get out of it with no dead cap hits or anything like that. So basically they're getting Kenny Clark for the rest of this year. Dallas down bad. Luka what is in the water in Dallas that you trade 2 26-year-old studs, franchise cornerstones in 1 year, less than a year, the same calendar year? I mean, what was that, like March? We're talking in the course of like 5 months. They traded 2 cornerstone studs that were 26-year-old. It's crazy. Long live Jerry Jones. Packers first are not the same as the Saints first that we traded 4 years ago. That's true. I'm not trying to say that's why I'm shocked that Dallas let them go so easy. Basically, they're going to get 2 25th picks in the next 2 drafts. Ballpark. On a side note, I don't think it makes people like, oh, now the Green Bay Packers are the team to beat in the NFC. I still think they're at best the 3rd or 4th best team in the NFC. So they're not going to be top 10 picks. They're going to be 25, 26, 27. So you're getting 2 late first-round picks. Now in the NFL, those 2 picks can be packaged and moved around and whatnot. The Cowboys are going to stink, so they're going to be in that top 10, so those 2 picks in 10 might move them up a touch. It's just crazy. Jerry deserves more compensation. Oh, my God. What are we doing this morning already? 7 minutes into the show, we're already there. We're already there. What does this do and what does this trade mean for the Philadelphia Eagles? Yes, we don't have to face Micah Parsons twice a year now. Week 1, he will not be there. Flip side, we will see them week 10 coming out of our bye. Monday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers. Now, sneak preview of my schedule predictions. I already, before the trade, had the Eagles losing to Green Bay in Green Bay on Monday Night Football, despite coming out of the bye. So that doesn't change anything. Does it change their record? I had them winning 11 games this year. It doesn't change their record, in my opinion. I still think the Packers' offense leaves a little bit to be desired. Their defense got better, but is it championship better? I don't know. They still have to go toe-to-toe with the Detroit Lions, who won 15 games last year. Maybe it knocks the Detroit Lions down a touch, but it doesn't make them a lock to win that division. It means that potentially if we don't get the 1 seed, that we have to face Green Bay week 1 of the playoffs, the wild card round, and that would be a concern. But I think, in theory, it hurts the Eagles more than it helps the Eagles. Because, again, with Micah, Dallas was still going to stink this year. Green Bay got better, and we're going to have to face them once, maybe twice this year. So I think, in theory, it helps the Packers. It hurts the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles, they're a threat to the Eagles, so to speak. I don't think there's a real threat there. But it makes it closer. It bunches everybody up a little bit more, if that makes sense. Good morning, Adam. We're crushing this Micah Parsons trade. Before we get into all the other wheeling and dealing and moves that the Eagles made, we got new practice squad guys. We've got new signed players. We got so much going on today. Absolutely, Marshawn. In Howie, I trust. Line that shit up. Now, I'd be curious, Marshawn. Howie's not normally a very reactive player. He's very proactive. Not player, GM. Does Howie see this move and be like, you know what? Go get me Javon Walker from Jacksonville right now? Is that, does Micah only costing 2 first-round picks change the value of some of these other guys? Just thinking about that. I'm surprised Dallas didn't ask for an offensive tackle from the Packers. I understand Kenny Clark, but their O-line isn't what it used to be. Yeah, you know, their offense to me still is not good. They've got 3 number 2 wide receivers. They got an aging running back that's nowhere near the Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley's of the world. And their offensive line is very mid, to use the cool kids term. It also, you know, I still don't have 110% confidence Jordan Love's the guy. So I get it. You know, Kenny Clark's a good, solid player. But in theory, despite having to pay him almost $200 million, I think the Packers got a steal in this. Parsons is happy he's out of Dallas. Absolutely he's happy. Absolutely. We can put to bed the Micah Parsons to Philly rumors for a very long time. They get that distraction. The other thing it is, you got a brand new head coach in Shoddy Jr., okay? That locker room was all behind Micah Parsons. You heard multiple players in that Cowboys locker room speak up in favor of Micah Parsons. And you just ship them out. That locker room's going to be fractured. That locker room is going to have some tough hills to climb. And you got a rookie head coach leading the way. Rams fans talking about Eagles better not hide. Yeah, line that shit up. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. They're losing their shit, Rams fans, because we claimed one of their offensive linemen off of waivers. Well, don't put it. It was an unwritten rule that nobody's ever heard about. Schwarber, definitely the MVP. Well, he definitely helped himself last night with 4 home runs. Phil, did you just say wide receiver 2s for Dallas? No, Green Bay. Green Bay has all wide receiver 2s. I was talking about, you know, offense. You brought up a lineman for Green Bay, saying their offense still has a lot of issues. In my opinion, you know, they don't have a stud wide receiver. They have some good wide receivers. They don't have a great offensive line. They got an aging running back. Trying to figure out what the Parsons to the Packers really means for the Packers. And I'm still not sold on just Micah Parsons taking them to a for sure threat to the Eagles for the NFC crown, or even a for sure threat to the Detroit Lions for their crown. Jordan Love has more picks than draft picks. Yeah. Jordan Love's a great young quarterback, but he's not that special. He's got potential, but I don't know if he's where people think he is. September 20th, Packers at Dallas. Wow. Can you flex games early? Because if you can, that'll be Sunday Night Football. Damn, I didn't even look at that aspect of it. That's crazy. I can't wait to see what his reaction's going to be. We've been off the Micah to Philly. We on the Abdul Carter to Philly. There you go. That's a good point. That is a good point. Abso-freaking-lutely. NBC is the big winner of this trade. Is that game going to be on NBC? Yeah, that's a big winner for sure. Cowboys weaker. The Cowboys got weaker, but they were already a weak team. If anything, big picture, if Jerry Jones wasn't running the show, this would actually help the Cowboys because now you got 2 extra first-round picks to play with to improve your roster, which is way overpaid at the top and really weak at the bottom. Eagles quietly claim Willie Lampkin from the Rams. Dude is undersized. Yeah, we talked about this a lot yesterday. Rams fan freaking out because we broke an unwritten rule not to claim injured players on waivers. He is not going to play this year, Rick. He is hurt. He has to stay on the active roster for 4 weeks, and then he's going to get moved to IR. All the videos of him in practice, he was barely moving around in practice yesterday. He's got a leg or knee injury. But great developmental prospect. Love that addition to the eventual injured reserves and practice squad. Till next year. Love still mid. We've been saying this for 10 minutes so far, Matt Chatter. Absolutely correct. The whole offense does. Eagles don't care about unwritten rules. We benched Hurts, so we have a better draft pick. Yeah, no. We do not care about unwritten rules. Unwritten rules aren't rules. Eagles had to sign back Cubbies. What? Who did we sign back? Cubbies? Micah. Oh, Covey. Yes, Britton Covey is back on our practice squad. That is one of the many Eagles news things that broke yesterday. Micah never wanted to be an Eagle. No, he was trying to leverage a lot of teams. I think Micah really wanted to stay in Dallas. I really, truly do. He didn't like Jerry Jones, but, I mean, Dallas is still Dallas. He was playing that Eagles love up for leverage. Unfortunately, Jerry Jones said, nah, deuces. Get out of here. Every week is a Super Bowl game for whoever the Eagles play. That is so true. That is 100% true. Don't let Willie Lampkin get to the top ropes. Yeah. The dude's 47-0 in high school. I've seen video of him in preseason. The dude's a bulldog. Like, he's got that attitude and fight that will really attach him to the Philadelphia fan base really quickly. The dude's got to get healthy first, though. How good that Rams wide receiver you're willing to have on 53 injured? Britton Covey's on the practice squad, not on our 53-man roster. He's okay. He'll return punts in 2023. He was the number one punt returner in all of football. So, yes, this guy knew it. They got rid of the other guy. They brought this guy in instead. Another rugby guy, Luke Felix Fualalo. I think I'm close on that. Suck it, Rams. Basically, yeah. Howie loyal to his mids too. No. Unwritten rules. Jeffrey pays more upfront money to have flexibility. Yeah, exactly. No one else wants to listen to the way Howie runs his organization. So Cowboys fans are going to keep buying tickets to that product, huh? Of course they are. There are Cowboys fans saying that the Cowboys won this trade and they're going to be better this year without Micah Parsons because of his distraction. Are you insane? You trade Micah Parsons, you do not get better. You just don't. Not that year. It's insane that there are Cowboys fans, Cowboys content creators, national media saying it was a good deal for the Cowboys. The last Cowboys preseason, Parsons was sleeping on the sidelines. Exactly. You knew it was going to get messy. I just didn't think he'd get traded that quickly. I didn't think he would get traded for just 2 picks. Like, we joke about trade offers that we're willing to make for other teams, players. You're talking about Micah Parsons, one of the best defensive players in all of football over the last 15 years. Jerry somehow makes money off that crappy product because they're America's team. America. He also makes money off that team because he still plays into those 5 Super Bowls 471 years ago. The unwritten rule, wide receiver Phil, concentrate, what? The new rugby guy that Howie signed is going to be the next tribal chief. Should I already start acknowledging him? Should I? It's their year. Oh, it's their year, the Cowboys. And those Cowboys fans buy into that shit. And that's the unwritten rule. Cowboys will always be the most profitable franchise. Yeah, I mean, look, I saw something. He bought the team for whatever price he bought it for, $140. The contract that Micah Parsons signed is worth more money than the price he paid for the Cowboys. Now that $140 million investment that he made is now worth $12+ billion. He couldn't find $180 million to pay him to keep him happy. Insane. Cowboys have been crap for like 30 years. Absolutely. Jerry said that he and Micah had a deal and then refusing to negotiate with Micah's agent is so crazy. Like, that is why you have agents. That is why you have agents. Like, the breakdown in communications here is insane. Parsons' relationship with Dallas was ruined when Jerry refused to offer. Yeah, Atomic Striker, yeah. There was something weird between him. I don't know who to believe was right or wrong. I'm just shocked a stubborn-ass SOB like Jerry Jones caved so quickly just for 2 picks. Like it doesn't compute. Everything I know about Jerry Jones tells me it would have taken a lot more. Fulalu is going to join Roman Reigns against Seth in the Vision. Yeah. The Vision, is that what they're calling the Seth Rollins thing? No, because I don't really watch much. I must be a mark because I didn't buy Bills tickets when they suck. Yeah, exactly. As a former diehard Sixer fan, I bought into the it's our year shit too. Yeah, exactly. We bought into that with all our teams over the decades, Marshawn. That's what fans do. We try to find a way before the season starts to grasp onto something. Third try, Phil, how good is unwritten rule? What? I don't know what you're talking about. The unwritten rule guy is an offensive lineman that we signed from the Rams. We brought in Britton Covey, wide receiver, to our practice squad, but there was nothing unwritten rule about that. You don't know which guy we're talking about on the unwritten rule. You and me both, Marshawn? Yeah. TMC is Cole Beasley-like. Yeah. The unwritten rule was the offensive lineman, Willie Lampkin, the center, the undersized center. The Vision is such a horrible faction name. Yeah, look, I didn't even know they were officially calling it that. Although I haven't watched a minute of wrestling in the last 6 weeks. I'm out on it, bored with it, tired of it. It's football season. I don't got time for football or for wrestling. Can't we just write down this rule? Like, seriously. Anyway, spending too much time on that unwritten rule. That was yesterday's topic. Today's topic is Micah Parsons. What does it mean for the Eagles? Is it the poll question? Are the Packers a bigger threat to the Eagles now with Micah Parsons? Yes or no? So far, early in the voting, 20 minutes in the show, 62% say yes. He makes the Packers a bigger threat. 38% say no. And I think it makes him a little bit more of a threat. But they're going to still need a whole hell of a lot more out of one Jordan Love to really compete, even with the Lions, for the division. As soon as the trade, I pulled up, because like I said, I've got every team's prediction record on a piece of paper right here. And I went to it, and I crossed out the Packers record that I had originally predicted. I'm like, all right, how am I going to change this? And then, you know what? I'm not going to change it, because I don't think it affects their win-loss record that much. Now, I did drop my Cowboys prediction down two wins less by doing that. Let's talk how the Phillies will break us. The Phillies broke me a long time ago. Let's talk about all the unwritten rules that should be written down. Yeah. They bitching about unwritten rules to a team that runs a rugby play. You make the rules and we will break them. Yeah, exactly. 2 words for you Rams fans. Thank you. 2 words for Jerry Jones. Thank you. Exactly. I've said it 100 times. All hail the Queen. Long live the Queen. Long live Jerry Jones. I was chatting with a Cowboys content creator last night. I didn't realize they lived in California, so he couldn't come on the show with that 5:30 in the morning over there right now. And every time we chat about anything Cowboys related, he just says, he's a big Cowboys fan, lifelong Cowboys fan, used to live in Dallas, and he says, screw Jerry Jones. That he knows his team is not going to win anything as long as Jerry Jones is in charge. Jerry was probably fearing Parsons would crash out like AB. I mean, that takes a special person to crash out like AB, striker. Just, you know, I mean, that's tough right there. But yeah, I think he balked way too quickly. You could have at least gotten 3 picks, 3 firsts. You could have gotten 2 firsts, a second, and a third. And the Green Bay Packers still probably do it. I know you had to give out almost $200 million to him, but come on now. Come on. Yeah, 604 subs. Guys, if you're watching, you haven't hit that sub button. Please, if you haven't yet, hit that like button. 604. I would like to see 610 soon. So let's go like, share, subscribe. We won't hit my 1,000 goal by kickoff next week. But, you know, we're moving on up. I think it's been like almost 50 new subs in the last 28 days on the analytics side. So that's good. If we can get 50 new subs a month, that would be fantastic. The YouTube Shorts help. They do. They just help the algorithm a little bit. They don't necessarily bring in a lot of subs, but they help that algorithm a lot. How is Jerry Jones still alive? Grim Reaper must be given the same effort. He's got pictures on the Grim Reaper, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, what, like 80 years old? I don't even know. Jerry traded him at the wrong time. Should have done this before the draft. Would have gotten 3 first or 2 first, second, and a player. Yeah, he's an awful GM. And as always, long live Jerry Jones. But I don't think Jerry thought it would snowball like this. But yeah, you traded him before the draft, you would have gotten a haul. I still think you could have held out. Micah would have caved. And eventually, Micah wasn't going to lose $20 million this year. He just wasn't. He might have sat out a week or two, but he wasn't going to sit out the whole year. You cave, you keep Micah around, or you hold out and let him sit out until you get a bigger trade. But I'm glad he's an idiot. Jerry has the same supplements that the Rolling Stones been taking. God damn, that's true. $200 million was today's price. Yesterday's price was $150. Yeah. Look, I think a 4-year, $188 million, $47 million per year, is Micah Parsons the best non-quarterback in the NFL? I don't know. But he's damn well close to it. And at 26 years old, he's worth every penny of it. What would you have said as an Eagles fan if Howie Roseman did the exact same deal? Our next 2 firsts, $188 million, which will affect signing Jalen Carter, and say Jordan Davis. Say it was Jordan Davis. I know Jordan Davis is younger and whatnot than Kenny Clark, but Kenny Clark might have more success. Best defensive tackle on the Packers and 2 firsts. So that would be Jordan Davis and 2 firsts, because you wouldn't be trading Jalen Carter. What would have Eagles fans said about that? Would you have been like, shit, what's Howie going to do with Jalen Carter? Or would you have been like, yeah, let's go. We've got Micah Parsons. That's why I think this is a fantastic deal, because I think it's a fair market deal. It also means that Jalen Carter is going to get paid a shit ton of money next offseason. Howie better be looking at this and be like, shit, I better get this deal done before anybody else signs. Marv Levy, you know who he is. I do, of course. Is Hunter still sharp on the phone on Hard Knocks? Love it. Marv Levy is still alive? That guy pushing 90 now? He was like one of my favorite coaches when I was a kid. Today is a 20-year anniversary of what? No way is Parsons the best non-quarterback. I would cry if Howie paid Parsons Mahomes money. I'm just, I don't know if I would cry. I think I'd be pretty psyched if he was an Eagle. $34 million was Nick Bosa's price when Parsons became eligible for a new contract. Wow. Okay. That's great insight from you. I forgot about that. And this is exactly why Howie Roseman's so special. Because Howie Roseman pays the guy at the first possible second if he's a key piece. Dallas, the same thing with Micah Parsons happened with CeeDee Lamb, with Dak Prescott, and others in the past. Waits too long, has to overpay, screws up his salary cap. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys salary cap, it's so top heavy. And that's why they can't win. And that's why Jerry Jones or Howie Roseman will pay Jalen Carter immediately before the prices get ballooned. But Dak is healthy, and please God forgive him for what he is about to do to the Eagles. I made my first Eagles-Cowboys parlay for next week's game, a 19-1 same-game parlay. Super, super, super hyped. Already got a bet in on game 1. Already. Hurricane Katrina. Was that 20 years ago? Wow. Kind of forgot about that. Is he really 100 years old, Marv Levy? By the way, I didn't forget about Hurricane Katrina. I just forgot that it was 20 years ago. Is Marv Levy really 100 years old and alive? Wow. TMC with the ultimate. Not. Yeah. Howie would have paid Parsons 2 years ago. Exactly. He would have paid him $32 million before Bosa got 34. 25, Boise State wrecked by Southern Florida, and nobody watched. Also, 70% of Parsons' contract would have been signing bonus if Howie did it. Exactly. Jordan Hudson is a smoke show. Great, sure, whatever. I don't know. We're just flooding the comment section, Mad Chatter, with Mad Chatter, basically, that has nothing to do with the conversation at hand, which is Micah Parsons. Dude, if I'm still sharp at 45 next year, I'll be happy. Dallas is a 6-win team this year. Straight dumpster fire, last place in the NFC East. I agree with the first half. So before the Parsons trade, I think I can't even read my note. I think I had him at 8-9 before the Parsons trade. I did drop him to 6-11. I still have the Giants at 6-11 too. So tied for last place. Tiebreaker might give them it over the Giants, might not. But I agree they're a 6-win team now. For sure. The Micah Parsons trade is worth 2 more losses, in my humble opinion. Because also you got a rookie head coach. Now I'm navigating a massive disaster in the locker room because, again, Rick, if you've paid attention, a lot of Cowboys players were sticking up for Micah Parsons on his side. So now the whole team is anti-Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. There's a mutiny going to happen in Dallas. Is it crazy to say that despite money, if 2 teams offered you a contract, one offered you a $10 million contract and one offered you a $12 million contract. The $12 million contract was to the Dallas Cowboys, but the $10 million contract was to the Philadelphia Eagles. Where are you signing? There's going to be a problem getting free agents in Dallas because of this. If you don't hit the like button and you are... Dude, we have 9 likes on this video, and there's 18 people in the YouTube room right now. There should be 18 people that hit that like button. Please subscribe, please share, and drop your comments. There's only a few people commenting, but there's 18, 19 people watching. Thoughts on Micah Parsons? Thoughts on the Eagles and the effects in the NFC of this deal? Guys, like it and subscribe and drop your comments, please. Phil, you need to wear your glasses. I'm getting to the point where I might have to. And when I first started wearing the glasses, the close stuff bothered me because they're for far away. But now it's getting a little harder. I might have to get a stronger prescription, honestly. Love the word I just learned. Shout out K1. Yeah. SAT word. Write it down. That's Mr. Iezzi for you. That's an actual Marv Levy quote, is it? Okay. Phillies win the world. Oh, here we go with that. Sure. Because they hit 19 runs yesterday, they're back to World Series champions. Great. Losing 3 games in disastrous fashion don't mean anything because it's a long season. Winning 1 game with 19 runs saved the season. Judgment's different. My goal is for Phil to live stream next Monday. There'll be an Eagles touchdown I post. Eagles fans, we are so back. I'm not live streaming next Monday. The Eagles play on Thursday. I'll be live streaming Thursday during the Eagles game. And I'll be giving away these fantastic raffles. And guys, if you haven't gotten your raffle tickets yet, we've got 3 days. 3 days left to raise money for Eagles Autism Foundation. Duck's got his. Big Al's got his. $5 raffle tickets. We're raffling off this Cooper Dejean Darius Slay signed football, this A.J. Brown signed framed photo, and we got a Brandon Graham signed framed strip sack picture or poster as well. $5 raffle tickets. How do you buy the raffle tickets? You Venmo me the money at Phil Stiefel. 100% of the money is going to the Eagles Autism Foundation. I'm still short of my 1,000 goals. So, guys, tell one, tell all, make your donations. 7:30-ish before the Cowboys game, we'll give it out. Again, Eagles Autism Foundation. There's my Venmo one more time. And back to the comments section here. $60 million for a quarterback, and you're tearing the joint down. Talk about no long-term strategy. Dude, Davey, I think, and I don't know every in and out of the Cowboys situation. I don't know every in and out of their salary cap situation. But picking up 2 first-round picks, you trade him away. In my mind, there's a scenario where Dak Prescott's in his last year with the Cowboys. And they're going to package all this to move up to get, what's the dude, the Manning kid as their quarterback if he comes out in the draft. Their goal is to get their next franchise quarterback. I really believe that this is part of the plan. They're not going to trade Micah right now, but they're thinking about it. They're thinking, what can we get for Dak next offseason? Can we package the 3 first-round picks we have in Dak Prescott to a team to move up to get Manning? That's what Jerry Jones is thinking in my mind. I know all about that. That's 2 series of conversation for Friday morning, though. Phil drunk streaming will be totally lit. I probably will be lit by the end of the Eagles Cowboys game on Sunday or Thursday night next week. Almost a guarantee I will be lit. I never gave up on the Phillies. I know you didn't. You'll never see a comment in your show that the Phillies were done. Yeah, I know. Well, people are losing their shit. We're not allowed to lose our shit, is my point, Rick, when they look like an absolute dumpster fire for 3 straight games against a team you most likely have to face in the playoffs. Why aren't we allowed? Yeah. It might be a gummy and alcohol stream. Some Fox on stream. Arch Manning is definitely who the Cowboys are going for. Phil, I posted that on Blue Sky this morning. I'm not on Blue Sky, Anthony, but yes, I think that is 100% in the back of the mind of Jerry Jones. Hence why I'm shocked he didn't get more. Absolutely a reason why to fight for more in that. Microphone probably still got that IPA stuff. No, it does not. I actually take this off. I learned from my last microphone set, you got to take this off every so often and wash it. I take it off. I soak it in some soap and water, then rinse and dry. I also got backups of it so I can rotate them in and out. So, yeah. Yeah, it does not. It does not smell. Now, the Archie Manning thing, I think it's Archie Manning, and I kind of forgot that. The Archie Manning thing is definitely in play, and I don't know what Dak Prescott's contract's like, what's the dead cap hit to get out of it, etc. But I think there's definitely a scenario. They scored 19 last night. Now they won't be able to score tonight. That's true. Look, all joking and bitching about the Phillies aside, Adam, Rick, everybody. I mean, what Kyle Schwarber did last night, I mean, think about it this way. He's only the 21st player in the history of baseball, the first Philly since 1976 to do what he did. 144 years, 21 players have done it. Kyle Schwarber, I mean, when he came up and hit his 4th home run, I was like, he's doing it. It was something special. And you got to understand and appreciate moments like that, because moments like that in baseball, it's like a perfect ball game. It just doesn't happen that often. Hell, what happened last night might be more rare than a perfect ball game. I don't know the stats. Who wants Phil to show us Fox Den food during live stream? No. Cowboys will need the best package in NFL history to get a team with the golden ticket to move off Archie Manning. I don't know if he's really that special or that good. Because, again, I don't watch much college football, but seems like it is. Arch Manning is everyone's white whale. Dude has made more money in college than some backup. It's true. It's 100% true. And is he that good? Is he that special of a like they're making him out to be the next Andrew Luck type prospect level? And I don't know enough whether it's a case. Mets 9 games under 500 on road, 20 games over at home. The Mets have a home cheat code like the Astro did. I mean, it's possible, Rick. And I know these stats, and I know the differential. You can't argue that there's something fishy going on right there, right? For sure. God bless the NIL, yeah. Joe gonna need to show up a few more times before we blooded. What? Joe's been a part of this show for longer than you. 4 home runs in a game, more rare than a no-hitter. Definitely more rare than a no-hitter. I'm talking perfect ball game. How many perfect ball games have there been in baseball? We know last night was only the 21st time. And something I was always taught, Rick, is appreciate greatness and moments in sports when they happen, because whether you like like I was always told, you don't like the Bulls and Michael Jordan, that's fine. Respect that he's the greatest of all time. You don't like miss out on another team's about to throw a perfect ball game. You turn the channel and go watch that final 9th inning. Special moments in sports don't happen often, so you respect it, you honor it, and you live it. You know what I mean? The Packers offered Jerry 2 firsts and ownership photos of young Jerry that would get him canceled today. They found a way to get him off the list, right? Archie Manning is his granddad. Okay, my bad. Imagine the payoff if you bet that, dude. You told me, what was it? $20 would have netted you $500,000. Holy shit! Nothing that could get a rich old white guy canceled. I know, so true. Arch Manning team's gonna leverage their franchise. Is he that good though? You think the Mannings want Arch to go to a cluster? That's true. That's true. And the Mannings already had used their power to get Eli where they want it, right? Maybe they use their power to make sure he doesn't end up in Dallas. I never seen Joe. Well, that's because you're not here every day. Pay Schwarber whatever he wants this offseason before the impending lockout and salary cap. Yeah, like, look, I said it before every week, that contract is just going up and up. Now, I think it'll be hard for a team to out-offer what the Phillies could offer. On the flip side, will John Middleton give Dave Dombrowski that blank check? I mean, I think you could have gotten him for 4 years, $110 million, 4 years, $120 million a couple months ago before the season. You're looking at 4 years, $140 million. 5 years, $150 million right now for Kyle Schwarber. Arch has the talent and name. Talent and name. Good. Penn State drew Allar. Everyone says he's the greatest college quarterback. Again, I don't know enough about the college quarterbacks to know. You don't want to end up like Tommy in Goodfellas, do you? No, I do not. He does not. 24 perfect games. Gotcha. Thank you, Anthony. So it is more rare than a perfect ball game. And that's why it was such a special moment last night. The Mannings will not let Arch play for the Cowboys. That would be great. Jerry Jones leverages everything to get Archie Manning. Then Archie Manning or Arch Manning doesn't play there. It's crazy. Last night, what Schwarber did is like, where were you when you saw it? A few come to mind is when Lorenzo threw that no-hitter 2 years ago. You know what the biggest where were you moment for me is? And it's such a minor, mediocre, big picture moment in sports. My biggest where were you moment is, where were you when Allen Iverson in his rookie year crossed up Michael Jordan and made him eat his jockstrap? I still remember sitting in my mind. I still see me and my brother on the floor of our living room watching our old school box TV, and we look at each other and be like, God damn, we're winning a title. Still remember that. Go get your effing shine. Go get your shine box. What's up, Bruce? How you doing? Hope you're well this morning. Pay Schwarber whatever he wants. George Herman Schwarber. I didn't know that was his full name. Is it his? No, I don't even know what George Herman Schwarber is referencing. Yeah, pay him whatever. It's going to cost you $150 million. Supposedly the Saints are all in on tanking for Arch, but it would be weird since they just drafted a quarterback in the first round. Yeah, I mean, if he's that special, yeah. Yes, I saw 3 of the 4 last night, and I saw him miss a big old fat beach ball over the middle for 5 in his last at bat. I really thought he was going to nail one there. It's a special moment, Bruce, we're talking about. Thing in sports that doesn't have, it's more rare, we found out here this morning, more rare than perfect ball games. That's why it's so special. Don't forget the cannoli. Yeah, don't forget. Leave the gun. Bring the cannoli. Or the lime. What? What do you think you are? Yeah. Who do you think you are? Can there ever be a great mobster movie now that all the great old, that's a fantastic point. Fantastic point, man. Where were you when Andrew Bynum debuted his infamous haircut? That was so bad. So bad. Where were you when Snyder said Al has played his last game as a Sixer? AI. Oh, man. Babe Ruth. What about Babe Ruth? Spencer Rattler, a starting NFL quarterback. Let's go. Yeah. I don't even know where we got some of the most random comments rolling in right now. Where were you when the Eagles benched Carson Wentz? One of the best moments ever. Well, that moment kind of set the trajectory of this franchise and the run it's on now. I was comparing Schwarber to George Herman Ruth. Gotcha. Dude, the comment section, Rick, if you were in my shoes right now, you're reading some of the comments or focus on what you want to say to me. I'm reading literally some of the most random shit right now, and I'm losing track of what's going on. I feel we should make sure we pay Schwarber as much as I don't know about that, but I hope we don't. There are going to be teams. The Phillies are going to have to pony up, pay him what he wants. I don't think he gets judge money, but yeah, I'm a fair weather Phillies fan. Can they win this year? They are winning this year. They have one of the best records in baseball. They still got a 5-game lead now in the division. It's will the same ugly tendencies that crept up the last 3 years in the playoffs creep up this year? Can they stay red hot come October. Can their pitching hold up in October? I don't care. From now till the end of the season, I could care less how many they win or lose because I know they're going to make the playoffs. I'm just waiting for the first playoff game to see what team shows up. Where were you when Markelle pump faked the free throw? God damn. So also, all the fans and his teammates and the press love him. And he loves his city. His family loves the city. His kids are starting school in this city or in this region. So there's a lot of things in the favor of keeping Kyle Schwarber. It's just, will they pony up the money? Will they, if they fall short this year, have new people in charge that want to do something a different way? There's a lot that goes into it. And I don't even like talking about it till this season ends, and I can formulate an opinion on what needs to happen to either build upon this year, restart after this year, follow up this year, whatever. Where were you when the NBA suspended games due to COVID? Still remember, what's his name? Who was it? Was it Rudy Gobert? It wasn't Rudy Gobert. Who was it that touched all the microphones and then set off something crazy? NFL season so close, and I'm jacked up. Dude, I am so jacked up too, my man. I am, Mad Chatter. I'm so ready for Thursday night. I feel we should bring up Painter. I know we talked about this yesterday. Inject some life. I guess yesterday we didn't eat that life, but we still do overall. Where were you when Ben Simmons passed up the dunk? Crying my eyes out. Eagles and Phillies running along parallel lines. I know. It's like you copy and paste this every single morning. Who would have thought August 29th, Nicky Castellanos is our worst outfielder? Well, Anthony predicted this like 60 years ago because he's been so anti Nick Castellanos. But you know what? I don't give Rob Thompson credit often, but I will give Rob Thompson credit on how he's handling the Nick Castellanos struggle this year. He is actually not afraid to bench the guy. Now, instead of platooning left and center field, we're platooning all three outfield positions. Now, I don't know if the platoon will continue come the playoffs, or will Rob Thompson settle on three? Look, Max Kepler. God, Max Kepler is the reason why Jordan Romano's still here. Because if Max Kepler could turn around, maybe Jordan Romano can. Is probably what they're thinking. Even Max, I wonder what his stats are just in August. Because the guy is starting to swing a better bet. He's got his average over 215. He's creeping closer and closer to a 700 OPS. Hit his 14th home run last night. Like, it was like 2 months ago, he was hitting like 199, 200, and he's up to 216. Not a huge jump, but a jump nonetheless. Look, I give Rob Thompson all the credit in the world on how he's handling the Nick Castellanos. It's just crazy. It's just crazy that I'm giving Rob Thompson credit, but it is. Phillies will beat the Astros. Are the Astros good enough to get to the World Series, Rick? I really haven't paid super close enough attention to the AL to know that. Jerry's always been ruining his team for a long time. His luck is just starting to run out. And I love having a new commenter in the chat, Atomic Striker. Make sure you like and subscribe. We do this 5 days a week in the morning, talking all things trending in sports, mostly Philly, but everything, hence the Micah Parsons talk today. Love to have you chatting more often in the show. So make sure you like and share and subscribe. As I always say, long live Jerry Jones. I've been supportive of Castellanos all year, but his body language is slumping because he's slumping. His body language is down because he doesn't like being benched either. I think that is part of it as well, Rick. We already saw him throw a hissy fit the last time he was benched. Casty had to be gone in the offseason. Well, he's still got a year left on his deal, and it's going to be very hard at this point to trade him without having to eat some of that. They did. Shout out, yep, absolutely. Astros first place, are they? I mean, I knew, but the Phillies are in first place, and we're not all of us are sold on the Phillies. Are they having a solid season, inconsistent season? I just don't know. Good morning, Eagles fan. Are the Packers a threat to the Eagles in the NFC East, or the NFC now with Micah Parsons? Yes or no? Right now, just so everybody knows, update on the poll question. We're at 65%. Yes, the Packers are a bigger threat now to the Eagles. 35% of you say no. That's going to be a hell of a Monday Night Football game. Week 10. coming out of the bye in Green Bay, in Lambeau Field. We thought his boy was in control. Nice to know Jerry's still in charge. Yeah. I actually did think at one point that maybe a year or two. I honestly think they will attach a prospect and find a team to take Nick's contract. Well, they're going to have to try to. That'll have to be one of the moves they make for sure. Who is Eagles fan? Someone, let's hear it. You are so always concerned with who's who. If you don't recognize him. I feel Nick used to be good. He was good. He's just really in a tough spot right now. Bye-bye, Parsons. We will catch you in the playoffs. At least Lane Johnson won't have to babysit him twice a year now. Well, we might have to babysit him twice a year because we're going to play him week 10, and there's a strong chance we face them in the playoffs. Even if Jerry sells or steps down, Steven will still be. Yeah, it'll still be. It'll be a puppet regime. I don't know how many likes. I'll have to reset that in a second. So I got to say thank you to DJ, a.k.a. Mr. Sam, and thank you muchas gracias for your generous contribution to the program. I appreciate that massively. Means a lot to me when people do this. So thank you. Cowgirls just made a strategically smart move that went over the Eagles fans' head. Lane Johnson can block Parsons, but Tyler Steen cannot block Kenny Clark. Oh, my God. I love it. Yeah. Okay. That's true. Great comment right there. And thank you. Means a lot to me. Thank you. He's a threat when we have to face him in Green Bay. Yes, because he's more impactful. I still am concerned that the Packers, aren't that great of a team. I still think there's some flaws on the Packers team. I'm still not sold on Jordan Love as an elite top-tier quarterback. They could have tried to add to the offensive line. They could have gotten one of those, wide receivers. They could have done a lot there. That's true. We could face him 2 times this year. I think we could face him 2 times. Jerry playing chess. Jerry called Howie and said, can you give me a lesson in how to play chess? Because I'm really trying to finagle my way to getting off of this Parsons deal or Parsons trade here. By the way, to answer your question, we got 12 likes on we've had over 20 people multiple times. We got 15 people watching right now, and we've only got 20 likes on this video. Guys, I don't know if you realize how much hitting those like buttons mean. I still think the Eagles are a better team than the Packers, but I would say the Packers look to be all in the most. Absolutely. I agree with this. Everything you say, Eagles fan, is 100% accurate. They are better. I still don't think Micah Parsons puts them ahead of the Detroit Lions in their division. It makes it tougher for Detroit, sure, but I don't know if it makes them better than Detroit. Jerry playing tic-tac-toe against himself. Yeah. Oh, man. Jerry probably thinking he's going to get another Aikman or Irvin from the first-round picks. He's trying to get Arch Manning, who probably doesn't want to go to Dallas. Jerry Jones, are we giving Jerry Jones too much credit for thinking he's already planning for next draft and Arch Manning and whatnot? Does Jerry Jones even think that much? If Jordan Smoke Show, what? Or who's... I agree. I think Lions healthy are better. Yeah, now if the Lions have already had several injuries, and we'll go over my Eagles prediction and my NFL predictions on Tuesday next week, for sure, guys. The Lions have already had some injuries, but not the devastating ones yet like last year. The Lions might not win 15 games, but still might be better than last year, if that makes sense. I got the Lions at 12 wins right now, winning their division and the number 1 seed overall in the playoffs again. All right? That's where I'm at right now. I got the Packers at 11 wins and being one of the wild card teams, being the top wild card team, which would mean we'd face the Cards first. They would face yeah. Look, I don't want to give away all my predictions. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it plays out. I'm still in shock and disbelief that all it took was Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks. I really think if there were other teams interested, Jerry Jones could have used some leverage and gotten that done. We don't know who you're thirsting over. Or I'm missing it somewhere. I don't know. Guys, it's the top of the hour almost, so if you haven't, like, share, subscribe. We are up to 605. We did gain a subscriber today. We only have 12 likes, but we did gain a subscriber, which is awesome. So, guys, keep hitting those buttons. The Eagles did also make moves yesterday. Okay, they put Marcus Epps on the practice squad. They put Britton Covey on the practice squad. Drew Makuba still not healthy, still not practicing. They announced the Kelly Green games. Week 8, New York Giants, home. Week 12, at Dallas. And Week 18, home, Washington. Christian McCollum's not coming back. He went to the Raiders. There's some Eagles news. That other guy who we all thought was coming to the Eagles, Aldrick Estime, did not come to the Eagles after all, although he was in camp yesterday somehow. Lots of things happening. And my first Eagles parlay is out there for the year. I'm going to give it out to you guys in a little bit. Jerry has to know something we don't. Or he's just senile, which is very possible. I'm curious what the Lions look like after losing their offensive coordinator. I am very curious about that, and their defensive coordinator, Eagles fan. I mean, they lost both their coordinators. You know, when we lost both our coordinators after 2022, 2023 happened. And we all know how bad that happened, okay? So I think that there's a great point there to that. Bill Belichick, Jordan's smoke show. Oh, you're talking about his girl? I could care less, man, chatter about that. Will not be a threat to the Eagles, but they're still going to be the best team in football, maybe. Only threat be Commanders. However, they still not much of a threat. Rams, pretenders. Look, all good teams. The at Dallas Kelly Green game is an away game. Would we be wearing the away Kelly? I think so. And honestly, y'all know my opinion. I hate the Kelly Green jerseys. But let me tell you something. The Kelly Green away jerseys, they're fine. They're clean. They're perfect. If I was going to get a jersey, it would be a Kelly Green away jersey because they're nice. And yes, I'd assume it would be the Kelly Green away jerseys they will be wearing there. Phil, does a sweep versus the Braves lessen the blow from earlier this week? No, against the Mets. No, it does not, because the Braves suck, and you're at home. Or are you still concerned of what happened at Citi? 100% concerned about what happened at Citi Field, because there's a good chance we're going to have to go to Citi Field in October, whether it's for 3 games or 4 games or 2 games or 3 games, depending on what round we have to face them. I am absolutely concerned about losing games in Citi Field in the playoffs, because again, it's a long season. Wins and losses happen. Win streaks happen. Losing streaks happen, Joe. But you try to find nuggets from things. And that was a gutless loser series against the Mets, where they packed it in a game early and just went through the paces. Yeah, they woke up against the Braves. Sweep the Braves, great. Helps their record. But no. No. That still is in the back of my head. That October is all that matters. I guarantee if Micah goes off this year or Dallas has a bad year, the pitchforks are coming. For Jerry, see the difference between Jerry Jones and other GMs are? Jerry Jones is his own boss. Jerry Jones, to not be the GM anymore, would have to fire himself. He's not going to fire himself, ever. He's actually said openly this offseason, I think I'm one of the best GMs in football. Jerry Jones, as long as he owns the Cowboys, will always be the GM. He's never going to fire himself. I'm going to review Eagles' schedule and see what record. I've already done it. I've got it locked for Tuesday's show. Probably sleepwalk to another ring. I don't know about that. It's going to be a tough sled. Man, Kelly Green away jersey is something I've never seen in my lifetime. Oh, you're only 27, so you're a young buck, Eagles fan. And to see it, I'm a sucker for I'm not a fan of the Kelly Green because I'm old, and I remember how many losing seasons or losing playoff runs we had in them. But, yeah, the Kelly Green away ones are nice, for sure. Money doesn't make you a good GM. Super Bowls do. Well, he said, I forget his exact words, but I am a great GM. Look at our constant success over the last 40 years or whatever he said. And I was like, oh, my God, he's so clueless. But let me tell you something. I'm starting to get a little feeling that you might be a Cowboys fan, Atomic Striker, and that's okay. We've had other Cowboys fans on this show regularly chatting. He's clueless. But also, he's stubborn as an ox. He's a stubborn, old-ass, rich white dude. He's not going to fire himself. He's going to say this or that, and he's going to do a word salad and say everything will be all right. And a majority of Cowboys fans will believe him. To me, maybe on an island, but Mets versus Phillies feels like the blue-collar Mets versus the white-collar Phillies. Mets feel like a lunch pail kind of guys and get scrappy, where Phillies are prima donnas. I mean, I never thought of using this comparison to it, but it makes sense. Philly is supposed to be the blue-collar team, right? Philadelphia considers themselves a blue-collar city. And they're not right now. And that Mets series proved that, Joe. I kind of like this comparison here, okay? Yeah, I'm a Dallas fan, but I keep it real with the team. And there's not many Cowboys fans that are like that, so pardon me for that. And I'm not like that with the Eagles. Hell, I'm not like that with any of my teams. Hence, me and Rick always battle in the chat about how, he says the Phillies are winning the World Series. I say I'm not confident in it yet because I keep it real. I'm not going to lie about my opinions. We'll be live here Thursday night for the entire Eagles-Cowboys game. I'll have it on a side screen. We'll watch. We'll bullshit. We'll have a great time. But Jerry Jones will not fire himself ever. Did you ever see the fake pictures of black and green Kelly green jerseys? I have seen that. They're actually pretty cool. I do like a black jersey, for sure. I'm a big fan of all the teams that go with the black jerseys. I don't blame Jerry for messing around. It would be fun. I blame dumb Cowboys fans buying tickets. That's truth, man, chatter. That's a great comment for all sports teams in cities like the Sixers. Keep selling out year after year despite getting a shitty product. I hate that. I hate it. Atomic like me, he a fan but keeps it real. Yep. Phil, I am a super homer in some aspects of it. Didn't fire himself yet. I honestly think the Eagles will demolish Dallas week 1. My opinion's changing. I'm working on it. I got some ideas. Here, all right. So we got game 1, week 1, Eagles-Cowboys parlay already locked in, okay? It is 19-1. I'm taking the Eagles, -7. Jalen Hurts, 200-plus passing yards. Jihaad Dotson, anytime touchdown, and over 26.5 points total for just the Eagles. So again, Eagles -7, 200-plus points for Jalen, or 200-plus passing yards for Jalen Hurts, Jihaad Dotson scoring a touchdown, and over 26.5 points for the Eagles total. 19-1 it pays. So a $10 bet brings you $190 back. $200 back. Right? Yeah. Huge fan of that parlay. Not in reference to City, just the way the team is constructed. Mets are willing to move runs. No, I know what you're saying. Absolutely. I know you're not talking about the city. You're talking about the personality of the team and the style of the team. Yeah. I have a black Hurts with Kelly green sleeves. It looks so good. I wish they would wear it in the game. Well, they're going to have like the rivalry jerseys, not this year, next year for the Eagles. Maybe they do something like that for the rivalries jersey. Some of the rivalry jerseys looks pretty cool. Some of them are just my opinion. But what do we think of that first, degenerate parlay? 19-1. Eagles -7. Hurts 200-plus passing. Dotson touchdown. Over 26. I have the Eagles scoring at least 27 points in the first game. So that over was an easy one for me. I was unsure the -7, but without Parsons, I got that. And I think they're going to pass a lot just to make a statement early. So 200-plus passing yards, not a big deal. And A.J. Brown, while he is back to practice, I think Jihaad Dotson's going to have a key role on this team this year. So why not get that first touchdown of the way to him? Bill's cold front jersey, do you like it? I thought the jersey was pretty cool. I didn't like the helmet. I don't know. I think that one of the jerseys that was released yesterday, I don't remember if it was the Bills or not, had a weird, funky looking helmet. Maybe it was the Bills. Let me look this up real quick. Because I don't want to say I hate it If it wasn't right, if it wasn't their jersey. Yeah, something about that helmet. It's not bad, but I'm not a huge fan of the helmet. Red 90s jersey is best, but they won't wear them. That was a long thing with the Eagles and the Kelly green as well. They wouldn't bring them back either, which I was fine with. Because Kelly green spelled disappointment to me, which is always a pain in the ass, that kind of a thing right there. Guys, we got 25 minutes left today. We are still sitting at 14 likes, 605 on the subscriber number, 18 votes. These people are voting, but not liking the video. We're still at 67% yes, Packers are a threat. No, 33%. The 80s patch jerseys, yeah. I never liked the 80s Pats helmets with the guy in the stand in the offensive line stance. Never liked that. I honestly, if we're talking white or black jerseys or alternate jerseys, I think the all white with the black trim Bengals jerseys are pretty fire. I think the white with the black trim Bengals jerseys without the orange in it. I think the Bengals have some pretty sweet alternate jerseys. Honestly, if I was a jersey collector, I would probably get a Joe Burrow alternate jersey. Cold front Patriots are cool. I gotta go back and look at them all and double check on my thoughts on that. Yes to Poll with Micah acquisition. Must see Dallas versus Packers. Yeah, and somebody said it's an NBC game. So yeah, they're winning out on that big time, Jonathan. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show. I think it makes them a threat to the Eagles. I still think the Eagles are better, Jonathan, but I think it brings them closer. And I think it makes their defense so much better. The problem is the Packers' offense good enough? The Packers still have offensive line questions. The Packers still have issues at wide receiver. They've got an old running back, and Jordan Love just isn't to that elite level yet. Or maybe never. Baby Blue Chargers is go to, oh, absolutely. The San Diego Superchargers. Eagles have rivalries. They do. Not this year, the jersey-wise. Good morning, Duck. Totally didn't even notice that you were in the chat all morning. Where have you been, my brother? We've had a great conversation about the Micah Parsons thing, the Phillies. We've been all over them. 227 comments, and that doesn't count 10 pre-show comments from Duck. So fire off on all that stuff, Duck. They need to spread out days so poors like me have more opportunities to watch regular TV. Yeah. I think it mainly comes down to how well Love plays this season. Absolutely. There are people that put Jordan Love in that upper echelon, top 6, top 7 quarterbacks. I don't think he's there yet. Where did I put Love? I put Jordan Love on my preseason rankings, my top 32 quarterback ranking at number 9. And that's fine. That's fair. But that's not a threat to topple the Eagles to win a Super Bowl. Eagles are better to me also. Mike Tannenbaum loves Jordan Love. It is nauseous. Mike Tannenbaum, I saw somebody shared a clip with me of him. He was saying some kind of comment about how the Packers and the Washington Commanders and I forget who are the leaders in the clubhouse in the NFC. And when someone, I think it was Stephen A., questioned him on it about the Eagles, and he gave this little smirky grin. Like, basically, I don't believe what I just said. I just said it for TV to get the argument going. Mike Tannenbaum, there's a reason why nobody has given him a job in the NFL in so long. Justin Herbert, yeah, no. I do not want a baby blue Justin Herbert jersey. Not a chance in hell. Zero chance. Who was Dan Fouts' quarterback back then on the Chargers? Bobby Humphries. Get me a Bobby Humphries Chargers baby blue jersey. Look at that name I just pulled out. Love has been making small steps. Yeah, but not enough steps to say that they're I don't even know if Micah Parsons puts them, Duck, as division champs. It solidifies them as the second best team in their division. It solidifies them as a top 5 team in the NFC. It definitely makes their defense scary. but it's all going to come down to Jordan Love. And if Jordan Love proves me wrong, great, good. That means he learned, but I just don't know. Too many stream services say watch the NFL here, and it turns out only local broadcast. I know, that sucks. That is a sucky thing. I do. We want after week 1 updates. We got a game. We are 6 days away from that first Eagles game, which is something special. Something special. And I love it. I love it. I can't wait to live stream that Eagles game here with you guys. With you suckers. I can't wait. Can't wait to do it. We're so close. We're so close. There will be no show on Labor Day. It is Labor Day weekend, guys. I'm heading up to New York on Sunday for one night, Sunday night and into Monday, to go do some celebrating in New York and in Brooklyn, Sunday night into Monday. So we will be back Tuesday doing predictions, Wednesday, Thursday, breaking down the game, Thursday night, watching the game together. Anybody anywhere near Brooklyn, make sure you check out Loved One Coffee in Brooklyn. I guess he's my brother-in-law now. His new coffee shop just opened up a few weeks ago. Parsons gives them a solid chance to get to the NFC Championship game, where we obviously kick them back to where they belong. Yeah, it just depends on I was just looking at my rankings without giving them out. I have the Eagles number 2 in the conference again, record-wise. We would not face the Packers in the first round of the playoffs, but I guess no. I think based off of my predictions, I think it would have to be a championship game for us to beat the Packers or to play the Packers in the playoffs. If I'm reading my chart right there, to Buffalo, you can only crash on my couch. Bring your gummies. Yeah, sure. Not to Buffalo, just to Brooklyn. I'm not driving to Buffalo. I barely want to drive to Brooklyn. How busy is the pizza shop going to be on Thursday? I don't know, Joe. An oddly weird thing that people get surprised when I tell them. In general, night games are bad for business. Thursday night, Monday night football, not so much Sunday night, but Thursday night and Monday night football is typically really bad for food or for pizza because the next day's a work day, right? Sunday's still a work day, but I don't know, something about Sunday. It's still a pretty good game. But Thursday night and Monday night games suck for business. But this is the kickoff game. This is the first game of the year as defending champs. So I'm not honestly sure how it will be. I mean, it'll be busy, but will it be that busy? I don't know. I'll be pushing the Eagles design tomato pie. Do a tomato pie with the Eagles logo on it. I'll be selling those. But I don't know. It's a really weird thing. It's not like it used to be where Monday Night Football people throw big parties. It's just not the same anymore. RZA was born in Brooklyn. Who? With ceremonial night and no Micah, Eagles must not lose week 1 to Dallas. Yeah, I was a little concerned about all the ceremonies, all the pomp and circumstance. But the little bit of doubt I had went out the door with Micah Parsons. Most people think that Abbott was born on Staten Island. Who? I don't know who you're talking about. RZA? Abbott? What? Don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, I am feeling so confident now in week 1. Glad I got my bet. I wonder if the line on the Eagles game changed. Because it was 7 points. And then you get rid of Micah Parsons. Let's see if the line changed anywhere on here. Where can I find the line? It changed by 0.5 point. So it went from a 7-point line to a 7.5-point line, according to ESPN. Who? I don't know who Bobby Steels is. Who is he? I don't care, honestly. No clue who he is. Dallas defense wasn't great and just got even worse. And Duck, and I know you're late to the show. I've said this. I don't know if you agree or disagree. No one's really commented on this theory that it seems like the Dallas locker room had Micah Parsons back in this whole ordeal. What kind of fracture and mutiny starts in that locker room after this trade? And you've got a rookie head coach that is probably overmatched for the job. He wasn't on anybody's coaching. Nobody wanted the Dallas job, right? So they just gave it to Shoddy Jr. I kind of feel like not only did the defense get worse, not only did the team get worse, now there's going to be a culture, locker room. There's going to be I don't have the confidence, and I feel bad for Shoddy actually in this situation. But now, not only does he got to learn to be a head coach on the fly and figure out how to meet the unreal expectations that Jerry Jones puts out, which took away his best player that everyone in that locker room supported. Think about it. Even if Dallas somehow wins, I still won't. Yeah. Even if the Eagles somehow lose, I'm not losing faith. I got the Eagles 2-2 to start the year. Now, I do have them winning week 1. But I think I'm going to say the same thing. I still remember saying last year before the season, I had them 2-2. I actually predicted the first 6 or 7 games 100% accurate last year. All right, I had them winning and losing the exact same games in week 4, 1 through 4 last year. Had 100% right. I got them 2-2 to start the year. And even if I'm wrong on week 1, I'll still have them at 2-2 after the first 4 weeks. Weird stat I just saw, Packers trade acquisition results. They got White and won Super Bowl with Favre at 27. They got Woodson and won the Super Bowl with Rodgers at 27. They acquired Parsons and Love is 27. They also got Trevor Keegan, who's won, 3 straight Super Bowls? Right? Didn't they get Trevor Keegan? Was it Trevor Keegan they got? They got somebody. Was it Trevor Keegan? No, not Drew Kendall. Whatever. Anyway, whoever's won 3 straight Super Bowls. But yeah, that's a very interesting, weird stat. Interesting. Dallas Mavs trade Donnie. Now, yeah. Look, think about it. Less than 6 months. Dallas, the city of Dallas. Okay. The city of Dallas traded away 2 superstar athletes at 26 years old. Just think about that. Sorry, I didn't mean to take you off there. There wasn't much of a culture in Dallas. Anyway, Dak can't pull together something that doesn't exist. You lose a popular team captain. They need someone to step up. Yeah, absolutely. It's a big deal. It's a big, big deal. If Packers get a ring, I think Jerry needs to finally toss in the towel. Sure. He needs to do it already. By only getting 2 picks, he should be thrown in the towel. But he's not going to. Because he's an idiot. Because he's a nitwit. And long live Jerry Jones! He's been here for 10 minutes. How'd you miss him? How'd you miss him? He came in 27 comments ago. Yeah. I honestly, and as an Eagles fan, obviously I want nothing but the worst for the Dallas Cowboys. But in a theory, hey, I'll take your coaching job. You got Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb and Dak. All right. Oh, no. We're going to pull. We're going to pull your best player away from you. Ah, shit. Darren Kennard. Sorry. Kennard. Yeah, it's Darren Kennard. Has got the 3 straight Super Bowls. And he's on the Packers now. Plus the comments from, so you take the Darren Kennard and this stat. I think the Packers are they were 18-1 to win the Super Bowl. That number's probably gotten a little bit better. But yeah, there's a lot of weird little stats that say the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. But see, the problem is, okay, to go back to this here. First one, they had Brett Favre, Hall of Fame quarterback. The second one, they got Aaron Rodgers, despite being the biggest dope, idiot, asshole, D-bag in the world. They had Aaron Rodgers, who's a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't know if Jordan Love showed me anything to think that he is going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Dallas needs to move on from Dak. They are going to probably plot and plan that over the next 6 months. And they're going to try to go get, Dallas, to the other comment. Where was the other comment? This one. Dallas traded Luka, got Cooper Flagg. Dallas trades Parsons, they're going to go for Micah. Or for Archie. What's up, Dimes? What's going on? What do you make of this? The Micah Parsons situation. Give me the long and short answer. NFC North, Packs, Bears, Lions, Vikes. Nah. I still got Lions 1. I got Pack 2, Bears 3, Vikes 4. I'm not a Caleb Williams fan. Caleb Williams is massively overrated, but they got a lot of talent. The Lions are still the best team. because I don't have confidence yet in Jordan Love. And Ben Johnson, we don't know if he could be a head coach. We don't know if he could fix Caleb Williams. So that's just my opinion. Come on now, Phil. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love doesn't mean Eagles Super Bowl champ. Yeah. Look, I'm not putting Jordan Love anywhere near in the conversation of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers at this point. At some point, the entire Dallas fan base will wake up question. Well, I appreciate it. I don't know if you follow Mike Crum. I chat with him a lot. We've done some shows together in the past. I think he's on Eagles or Dallas Wire. He feels the same way as you on this and me. My take, it doesn't move the needle at all. The Eagles' number one enemy will be themselves. I agree. Because the Packers' defense got better. You can't say that they didn't get better. But their offense is still a massive question mark with Jordan Love in charge, with no wide receivers, with an old running back, with an offensive line that's not that great. Chiefs got Lions weaker. Bills not improving enough. Yeah, I have a different team making the Super Bowl out of the AFC than those two. Those picks that Dallas got won't be worse than 20. Dallas tanking. Archie, they will have to package. Yeah, that's my thinking. Duck. They're going to be two 25th picks, okay? So 2 picks at 25, plus wherever they land, 8, 9, 10, plus whatever they get for Dak Prescott, and they move up to get Arch. Something like that is going to happen. The stat that says the Packers won't win the Super Bowl is that they don't have Jalen Hurts. We literally went an entire show and only mentioned Jalen Hurts' name like twice. I'm going to give myself a round of applause for that. Didn't bring Jalen Hurts into the conversation at all today. Dallas fans are similar to us. They will ride or die. That's true. That's a fair comment from you, okay? They are ride or die. Okay? They are. Shiloh Sanders ever reset? I don't think so. Phil, I figured out this. Yeah, I did figure it out. Well, I always knew how to work it. I just don't know which things mean what. Like I could play some background music like that. That's too loud. Detroit dropping off. Micah might be what Barkley did for the Birds. I don't understand the Detroit dropping off part. The only thing you could say is that they got new coordinators. But I don't think they're going to win 15 games. I still think 12 wins gets them that division. And they still got an elite offense with great wide receivers, a great running back, strong offensive line, one of the best offensive linemen in Penny Sewell in all of football. I'm still on. I still think Detroit's the number one team in the NFC. Just not going to beat the Eagles come playoff time. Dallas fans are nothing like us. Well, they are and they aren't, Rick. The point of it was that they ride or die with their team no matter what. We've been riding and dying with our Eagles since we were born. We were born with green blood. They were born with blue blood. Okay? That's the point. They're assholes, most of them, but some of them. Some of them are good. Archie Manning isn't a Dallas Cowboy kind of player. He actually has class and dignity. Yeah, it's true. That's true, mister. Again, muchas gracias. It's very true. Rams should get a ram or ram head as logo. Okay, I don't know. I think every fan base is ride or die. Only thing Dallas fans can't do is be critical when need be. See, that's the difference between Eagles fans and Cowboys fans. We can be critical. Absolutely. Absolutely kind of absolutely correct comment there. We only got 5 minutes left. I got to say, thank you guys. This has been a fantastic week. Great content this week. A lot of good commenting, a lot of good views, a lot of good growth. But this has been a hell of a week. Hell of a week of shows this week. The other day I got off the show and I just sat there and thought to myself, some good quality content. Some good back and forth. Positive arguments, negative arguments, polite arguments. It's been a high quality week of content as we get set to kick off another NFL season. Eagles are the best team in the NFL. I don't disagree with you at all on that. No comparison between the fans. It ain't even close. We're not comparing them as a whole. We're comparing one aspect of the fans. That's it. Did you hear the Texans telling Dallas fans that they can shelter with them since down to the disaster? A lot of Dallas fans probably would do that. Jump ship really quickly. No, Dallas fans are ride and die with their team. They are. BCP made an appearance even. Yeah. Anyway, where are we at on this show today? Let's see here. Yes, 65%. No, 35%. Are the Packers a threat? Now with Micah Parsons. I lend the lean to the yes side of the equation, but only in the sense as they're more of a threat than they were before, but not positive that they're enough of a threat. Go to an Eagles game and ask every Eagles fan there if the Dallas fans are like us. And obviously, I think you're missing the point of the comment. The funny ASL, bye-bye Micah Parsons. Yeah. Look, deuces out to him, right? EC1? EC1. Yeah. Deuces out. We will see him week 10. You know what's funny? I did my win-loss. I'll give you 2 hints. You already know I think we beat Dallas week 1. And I think I hinted at it earlier. But I had finished my win-loss prediction and every game prediction before the trade became announced. I already had the Eagles listed as a loss against the Green Bay Packers. I just did. So it doesn't change anything for us, right? Everyone is being obtuse about that. I know. I think they're missing the point of the statement. One more take. I will miss Lane Johnson owning Micah Parsons every year. Well, every year, yes. He's still going to own him twice this year, Dives. He's going to own him week 10, right? And he's going to own him in the playoffs, right? Because there is a good chance we go on a collision course. Good times. Every day's a good times. I think we beat Dallas both games this year. I had them beating Dallas, I think, both times this year. Yeah, I had them beating Dallas both times this year without this deal. Steamroll to another Super Bowl championship this season. The Eagles of this era are with the Steelers. I agree. If we don't win 3 Super Bowls in a 5-year window, I'd be shocked. This team's that well built and constructed. Yeah. I was just looking, though, because I have my season predictions. I'm trying to go off of it. I think if what I predict is correct, the Packers would have to get to the championship game to face the Eagles in Philadelphia. I don't have them as the number 1 seed, the Eagles, but that's just the way I have it listed, how it would have to play out record-wise. We got to worry about him. Hey, I got trade prediction. Cardinals get CeeDee Lamb for first-round pick. Reunite. Oh, wow. Well, if my prediction on Dak is correct, that they're selling off and going to go into a rebuild mode, CD paired with what's his name? Their second-year wide receiver, Why can't I think of his name? Junior. Wow, that's a bold one, EC1. It's a bold one. But if I think they're going to trade Dak after trading Micah, you might as well trade CD too, right? They got no running backs. They got no offensive line. Their defense is in shambles. What's your predict against Eagles versus NFC North? I'm saving my full predictions for Tuesday on this very show, Jonathan. But I do have the Eagles only losing 1 game against the NFC North this year. Yeah. I usually put in Dallas as a 1-1. Yeah, I normally do too. But see, I do things a little deeper right now. I look at the game before, the game after, travel, bye weeks, who's at home, who's rivalry game, where are the team's rivalry games. I really dive deep into the schedule when I make my Eagles prediction. So yeah. In 2032, us Eagles fans are going to look back and say, wow, we have 5 Super Bowl rings. It's a bold take. 3 more. I hope so. I think it's possible. I can't predict that far into the future. But they're going to have a great chance, right? Bills will offer Dallas more for CeeDee Lamb. That's an interesting one. CD to Buffalo. I think it's been 3 straight days of great content, honestly. Come to think of it, I have never seen a good Cowboys fan. Every one of them are sponsoring. Marvin Harrison Jr., duh. Yeah. I do think that by the end of this year, they will be in full tank mode. I do. No, I meant the wide receiver. It's Marvin Harrison Jr. I couldn't think of. That CD trade, it would be really crazy, wouldn't it? By the bye week. More like the substantially genetically damaged spawns of peace. And you guys are crazy. I love you guys. Guys, it's 9:30. I got to wrap this up. I got to get to work. It's going to be a busy Friday at the pizza shop. I hope you all have a fantastic Labor Day weekend. Maybe I'll put out some shorts from New York Sunday and Monday on the channel. Maybe, if I'm in the mood. Jerry will never let the Cowboys tag. He might have to. I wonder if we could trade for Diggs for Dory Jackson. Sure, let's do it. Get it done. But we got to wrap this baby up. If you haven't already, hit that like button, please. If you haven't already, share it. Please subscribe. Like I said, no show Monday morning. I'll be in New York City. But we're back Tuesday morning with we're on a regular schedule of programs now. Recap shows, preview shows, NFL weekly predictions against the spread. We're going to have a jam. We're back into regular football mode. Super excited. You understand what this means? Guys, I got to say goodbye. I got to wrap this baby up. Hit those buttons. Tell a friend this weekend. Guys, have a great Labor Day weekend, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for a fantastic week of content. Fantastic week of internet actions, guys. Go Birds! Bubbles up.